All right, we feel really good about the way the board fell tonight. Armand's a guy that we first got a chance to meet at the Combine in a formal interview. We've always kind of admired the film, his physicality. We knew he'd be a physical fit. Got to meet him at the Combine, had him in for a top 30 visit, actually on his 21st birthday. He was here on his 21st birthday. Had a great visit there, and then this last week we had a few really good phone calls with him, and we're excited that he was there and feel really good about the fit. He'll come in and compete to start that right tackle spot for us. Very natural fit. He's played it before, and with that, we'll open to questions.
AG, you made it clear about the kind of type of players you want here.
Yep.
Describe how he fits. We just had him on the call, and he seems like a pretty confident kid, and just describe the things you gleaned out of him when he came in.
Listen, I think everything that he said on that call really fits who he is. It really fits us also. The athletic profile is off the charts. He's mean, he's nasty, he's tough. What we're trying to do on offense, he really fits what we're trying to do. So it was a no-brainer. I mean, once the pick was there for us, man, it was like, this is the guy.
Was there something that stood out at the meeting, too, when you got to spend that time with him?
I know you feel a kid that's comfortable with who he is, in his own skin, with his personality. He enjoys the game. You see that. He has some life to him. You guys will get to know him over time. He's got a good personality, so all of it was just a natural fit for us.
Aaron, there's a lot of clips, highlights of him where he's blocking guys all the way downfield and around. Like, how fun is that to watch those clips?
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Listen, our guys are seeing that too, that's watching this draft. They see how he operates. Listen, we have some guys that operate like that too. So it's really our identity. That's what I said. It was an easy fit for us. It was an easy pick for us. And we're looking forward to this player to get here because I'm ready to coach that player. Because he is going to be one guy that we really can help get better from what he already is good at. So listen, we're excited for that pick.
He also, on that Zoom call, referred to you as a cool-ass dude.
Cool-ass dude, huh?
Right.
I like that.
Got it.
But seriously, just with the type of talent you have on the offensive line, obviously like a lot of high draft picks on that line, adding Membou, like, what are your expectations for that line?
Listen, I come from two teams. My previous last coaching stops where everything was about the offensive line. I was in New Orleans when we drafted Ramczyk. We had Tehran. In Detroit, we started with Panay. And I'm a firm believer that you started inside out. So if we can build our line just as much as our defensive line also, man, that only helps you as a team. Right? It helps your quarterback. It helps your running backs. It helps your passing game. And it just creates a identity within your team that you're trying to make sure that every team, when they watch film, they see that. So it's important to us to make sure we continue to look at that and continue to do that. And he's a guy, like I said before, that easily fits who we are. So the pick was really easy.
Darren, obviously, there's always tough decisions, even though this seems like a no-brainer to you guys. Your need at tight end is pretty significant, it seems to be. And obviously Warren was a pretty dynamic guy there. And obviously you have a chance in later rounds to do something. But what did you think of him? Was there a look at him at all?
Talented player, absolutely. We evaluated all those guys and stacked them accordingly. And Tyler's a talented player. We feel really good about Armand Membou joining the team.
Now, when did Armand kind of come on your radar? Because talking to some people, it sounded like maybe in the scouting community they weren't sure he was coming out during the season last year.
Yeah.
And then he made the decision to come out, and people sort of, it felt like people caught up on him.
You're right.
In the draft process. When did he come on your radar?
You're right. Well, I actually evaluated him this year when I was previously with Denver as an early potential, but he was a kind of a late add to a lot of the groups. So you get people kind of getting looks at him later in the process. So. And then obviously he had it showing at the Combine, definitely put himself on the map there for everyone. But these guys are getting evaluated by the entire league throughout the year. But there are some guys that are, as you mentioned, for sure coming out, and more, maybe not. He's a wait-and-see type guy.
For both of you guys, is there a challenge in evaluating a guy who's that young at such a physical position? Because it's not typical to have a 21-year-old in the NFL, and is there excitement to be getting him at this age?
Listen, I would say this. If you go back and take a look at that player, I mean, he started for 3 years. I mean, he can't help the fact that he's young. The thing is, he's played a lot of football. So, to me, that trumps what the age is, and he's been a really good player for those 3 years.
Aaron, you mentioned before, you mentioned Penny in your experiences in Detroit. Do you see any similarities there between the player that Sewell was, but also the player that Membou can be?
The mentality and the demeanor of the player is exactly the same. And that's what attracted me to that player first and foremost. And then you start seeing athletically how he moves. I mean, then that attracts you. And then when you get a chance to talk to the player and get to know exactly who he is as a person, then that attracts you also. So it was like a perfect storm on that guy being a Jet.
How much can a guy like that, especially being an athletic freak, help you at the offensive line position?
Man, tremendously. I mean, if you just take a look at all the guys that we have, if you look at it, man, we have our left tackle, we have our right tackle, man, we have our guard. So, listen, I know this. Every skilled player on the offense is excited right now just because of what we have up front. And again, you build it inside out. I'm a firm believer in that, and that's what we did today.
Question for Darren. There was a lot of rumors swirling before the round today about Breece Hall possibly, being moved or traded. Did you have any talks with any teams?
I haven't had any talks with any teams about Breece Hall.
So he'll be here.
Yeah, I haven't had any talks with any teams about Breece Hall. He's on the team.
Aaron, are there areas that Armand needs to develop more than other areas right now?
Listen, I think he's really proficient in the run game. Right, and he's done a really good job of that. I would say this in pass protection. I mean, I think he's really, really good, but there's always things you can clean up with that as far as his punch, as far as his set and things like that. But listen, we have a damn good offensive line coach, and I have a lot of trust in him being able to fix any issue with any guy that we have when it comes to the offensive line. So he's a really good player, but listen, everybody wants to improve, and the elite athletes look for that, and they yearn for that when they go out and practice. So I'm expecting him to improve on all those things that I just talked about.
And when these players come into the league, and we mentioned it, many of them are young. This player just turned 21. But the jump from college to the NFL, I don't care how good you are, you're a top 10 pick, that's a huge jump. So there's a lot of development for all these players to come in here. I mean, this is a big jump. So, yeah, we'll look to push these guys and hope they all improve over time.
Have you guys met his parents? We saw them on TV. I believe they're from Cameroon, Central Africa. If you do know the parents, what kind of influence do they have?
I have personally not met the parents, but look forward to doing so.
Same.
He said you had a FaceTime call with him recently, maybe in the last week or so. Like, what can you glean out of that? Because you've probably done so much research on him over the last few months. What can you possibly get in one more FaceTime?
When you're at this stage in the process and you're really working your list down to these finals and you're working these stacks, reached out to several other players as well and had phone calls and FaceTimes. You're just getting one more touch point, having one more conversation, or something comes in your head, and maybe you want to ask this player this question or challenge this player with this and just see their response. And through all the process, it was really good with Armand.
Aaron, I'll acknowledge the timing of this question isn't perfect, but we haven't talked to you since Aaron Rodgers went on TV and talked about your meeting in February, and he had some kind of criticisms of you. I was just curious, do you have any response to what he said on the Pat McAfee show?
Absolutely. Membou's a really good player, and I'm so excited he's a Jet.